try to spin it short cross court. The next progression, you're in same position, you're keeping the racket still here. You don't let the ball drop, you hit it in the air, you give it a little toss in the air, and you try to hit the ball on the way down. So don't hit it here on the top. You want to wait a little bit for the ball to come down so that you feel this need or this objective that you want to pull the ball out from below the net. So you picture below the net and you're trying to pull it out from below the net into the service box. So on the forehand side, you can do that easily if you're doing backhand. Of course, this one is easy on the bounce. In the air is not so easy, so you don't have to do it. You can try and do it, but usually it's quite tricky. So if you're doing backhands, I suggest you always start with the bounce of the ball and practice your topspins in the same way cross court. So now that we worked on topspin, we want to add some speed to topspin. We're going to start first a 3/4 area, and we're going to use our target as the service line, again, just to encourage spinning the ball. Otherwise, you just kind of can whack the ball and it's going to fly to the baseline. You will give the ball power, but not topspin. So at first picture, landing the ball around the service line, you start always with a drop. So this would be a nice topspin. I can go like this, and now I try to accelerate my racket and see if I can make the ball dip around the service line. So this one was nice. That would be the first progression. You can also try, depending on your skill level, accelerating in the air, drop, just toss the ball like this and accelerate it and aim towards the service line, and then start lengthening, so aiming deeper. So I want to maintain that spin, the acceleration, but now I'm kind of visualizing, trying to hit the area at around 3/4 distance. So I want to go there, and I'm going with a lot of topspin. The ball is still low, but it's a lot of topspin acceleration. Very important here that you have very good balance. I suggest you start first in neutral stance and stabilize really well, that you're not hitting like this and always falling off. So not like this, that is a loss of balance, but like this you accelerate and you feel that you have very good balance after the shot. So on the backhand side, the same. You would just drop the ball and accelerate and try to feel very good balance, not losing balance like this. You might get lucky, especially on a ball that you drop, but in reality, you're gonna make too many mistakes if you're falling off when you're hitting. And later you can also try open stance. Use your right leg well, stabilize and just stay on the right leg like this and accelerate into topspin. And then we move to the baseline. So same progressions. Now I move to the baseline, but now I want to add height. So we've done topspin, we've done speed, we added speed to the topspin, and now I need to add height. What gives good height to the ball? Using your legs really well, getting down under the ball and rising up very fast, very explosively. Focus on using the legs. I've shown various leg activation drills before. I will give you links in the description that you can check them out. We're not going to go into those deeply now because I've already shown them. So now again, I can try and start with a neutral stance, drop the ball. But now I want more height, so this was the perfect trajectory that I wanted. So I want good height, acceleration into topspin, and deep ball somewhere landing around 3/4 area. That's the perfect one. So that's the ball I want. Practice hitting balls like that in neutral stance, and in open stance you can drop the ball and accelerate like that. That's also the right trajectory. Or you can try in the air. That is gonna force you also to really accelerate and try to get from here. This one's a bit short. So in the air, accelerating and trying to hit the ball all the way to the 3/4 area. And same on the backhand. Position, accelerate, visualize, spin, speed and good height, and notice the trajectory of the ball, if it's the right one, and if it's rising over the baseline quite fast, because if it's rising fast over the baseline, then that is a very good neutralizing ball. So I want to show you some drills that you can use with your partner to develop a heavy ball. Now, if you remember, there are three main characteristics we want to develop for a heavy ball. We want topspin, we want speed, and we want height. So we're gonna work again in this order. First, we're gonna develop a good topspin feel. Then we're gonna try and accelerate this topspin. And finally, we're gonna add some height to this topspin so that we get good height, rising ball on the baseline, deep ball that's neutralizing your opponent and many times pressuring them. So here's the first drill we're gonna play with Kaya. This is also an excellent drill to develop your skills. I'm going to stop the ball with a slice. Kaya, you feed me one ball with topspin. I'm going to stop the ball, position, and hit topspin. So stop the ball, position, topspin. Now, why are we doing this? We're doing this because it's the easiest to apply topspin on the ball that's kind of dead, sitting in space, doesn't fly towards you. And so this is how you kind of get into this ball, and then you accelerate into topspin. Of course, depending on your skill level, right? So if your skill level is not that high, then just go into a nice topspin like this. Once your skill level is better, you can try and accelerate more. You go faster with the racket head. That's right. And so this is the first drill that we use for developing topspin. The second drill we're gonna use is, we're not going to be stopping the ball anymore. So Kaya, you play just slice back to me like a floating slice, not a good slice. And I keep hitting topspin. Again, why are we doing that? Because we want to practice in the easiest conditions first. And like I mentioned before, the easiest ball to attempt a heavy ball off is a kind of a dead ball sitting up. So do not forget to work really well with your feet. Get to every ball well. Position well, calm down before the shot. And practice topspin. As you can see, I'm also almost always trying to wait for the ball to calm down. So I'm not hitting the ball on the rise. If the ball is a bit deeper, I go further back. If it's here, great, but I'm waiting for the ball to start falling down. So I make some space, I see the ball falling down. Yes, and I make room, I wait for the ball, and I apply topspin. So this is your second exercise you're gonna do on mini tennis, short court, cross court. The next drill you can do with your partner is have your partner toss you a ball. So the goal is that the ball is already on the way down when you're hitting it, and you're trying to visualize that you have to dig this ball out from this hole that's coming into, and I'm still trying to hit into the service box because that is just naturally encouraging topspin shot. That's right. So always position for the shot and see if you can dig this ball out from dropping too low. So the reason why we want the ball to be falling is because when the ball is falling already and you're going up, you're kind of enhancing the topspin, you're feeling it more because there's more brushing if the ball's already on the way down and you're going up compared to the ball going horizontal and you spinning upwards. Try to hit this ball on the way down, pull it out from the hole that's going into and aim into the service box. So now that you have good feel for topspin, we're going to try and accelerate topspin. Remember, the second characteristics of a heavy ball is that it must have some speed. If you're just hitting with topspin, the ball is not gonna go anywhere. You still need to hit through it. So now we're gonna start first at around 3/4 distance area. Your partner should give you slice, floaty, slow slice balls that you have time to position and accelerate into the ball. I'm not going to accelerate fully, I'm just trying to build up my speed. I'm also not aiming very high, I'm aiming not that high above the net, and I want my ball to land around the service line. So again, the reason why I want around the service line is because that will encourage topspin naturally, just by me visualizing that I want the ball to dip, and I don't have to be too conscious about how to do it. I just visualize I want topspin dipping around the service line, and then your partner is going to try and just gently control that ball. Play first at around 3/4 and then we're going to move to the baseline. So good positioning, very important. You can wait always, you can position, go back a little bit, wait for the ball to start falling down, to calm down. This one is also nice. And I try to go fast. And you will also see that many times, like in this case, Kaya was already out of time. I just played a bit away from her. I did not hit very fast. Sometimes you will be surprised how fast you play when you accelerate the racket and you're still aiming just around the service line. So good positioning and acceleration of the racket. Remember the important tip in tennis, breathing. So I try to accelerate. Work on your positioning. If you don't have precise positioning with your feet, now is perfect time to practice that. You're not going to have precise hits of the ball on the racket, and you're not going to have good precision on the court. So progression number 2 from this situation, we're doing exactly the same, except on the baseline. Again, I'm not going very high yet. I just want to accelerate into topspin off a relatively easy ball. I'm working hard with my legs. I'm trying to get into the right position. I am breathing and so on. So have high intensity that you can keep up for 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30. Take a break or switch roles with your partner so that you can just, work less when you're slicing, and keep going like this 5 or 6 times to work on this drill. So now we've done topspin, we've added speeds to topspin. Now we need to give it height so that we get very good depth. And another reason for height is so that the ball is coming down more steeply into the court, and if it's going down more steeply, it's going to bounce more steeply, and that makes it very difficult to time for your opponent to hit the sweet spot. So that is one of the main purposes of a heavy ball. It makes timing and hitting the ball cleanly very, very difficult, and yet from our side we're playing very safe. So we're playing the same drill now. Kaya is still playing a defensive slice ball, but I will try to lift the ball higher, give her a heavy ball, and I will focus on using my legs really well on the way up, so loading really well and then accelerating upwards. This one was perfect ball, very good save by Kaya. Yeah, this one a bit difficult. Just keep the ball in play. This one is better. I have time. I can apply more topspin. Was a bit low. I tried to go higher like this, a little bit higher. I want a little bit higher. This one. Yeah, this one. This one. Yeah, and this one. So these were all heavy balls. They're landing very deep on the other side, jumping up into Kaya. She's controlling them, but defensively, and that's the ball you want to work on. As you can see, it takes a lot of effort. So again, take short bursts of intensity, do it well, and switch roles. See if you can improvise with something to remind you of the height. I'm just gonna use this leveling stick here, put it like this, and put my cap on it, because so many of you are playing too low over the net. And it's good to have some kind of reminder. This one is not very high, the cap, the target, but it's still constantly reminding me to go at a higher trajectory. So use your creativity or imagination and come up with something there at the net to remind you to have a higher trajectory than usual. Okay, we're gonna stop here because I hit 4 perfect heavy balls. So who knows how many more will I do? The percentage gonna go down, but as you can see, it's a very safe ball. It's putting pressure on your opponent. Of course, it takes extra work. So my recommendation to you is, like I mentioned before, you have to select the right shot for a heavy ball. The pros are trained, they can do this all day. We are not trained at that level. And the heavy ball takes a lot of effort with your legs, with your body rotation. You're accelerating here, your forearm is working, and it takes a lot of energy for a good ball. So be selective in real situations when you use a heavy ball and when not.